This is so racist. So now we've got a stereotypical Japanese man sneaking up, sneak attack like Pearl Harbor behind this homosexual. This is so problematic, Disney Plus. Why didn't you warn me? If you're enjoying this content, hit that subscribe button. Join us. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 27, year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man, great big Star Wars fan, and trusted member of the media. So, problematic Spider-Man and his amazingly racist friends episode carries a warning on Disney Plus. This article from CBR Comic Book Resources probably should be called Comic Book Retard. I mean, anyway. I was watching this Spider-Man and his amazing friends, which is what I do. That's what I do as an adult man. And then I make videos telling you guys about the episode. I give you a synopsis and I tell you why it was racist. That's what this channel has become. But it was very racist. And unfortunately, when I watched it, it did not have a warning, even though this article on CBR promised that it would. So it did catch me by surprise. A little bit, like Pearl Harbor. Disney Plus acknowledges the problematic depictions. Hold on, let me lisp that. Disney Plus acknowledges the problematic depictions and Spider-Man and his amazingly racist friends, Episode 3, Sunfire. Okay, Sunfire, great X-Men character from the all-new, all-different X-Men. I got to draw him once in a one-shot from Marvel Comics called Wild Child. Go seek that out. He was cool as hell. I made him like Bruce Lee, but royal and arrogant. And just totally and completely badass, like a super wealthy guy. That was fun. I had him cook, who was it? Sabretooth? Yeah, I had him like burn Sabretooth to a crisp. So good times at Marvel Comics. Here we go. So here's the article, and this is what's going on right now. Disney Plus, of course, is a completely converged SJW company, and this is the problem with working for them when you are a creative person. Your job will be to serve the needs and protect the image that company wants to convey to the rest of the world. It's not going to be, you're never going to have an opportunity to be creative. Just bear that in mind when you go work for them. All right, Spider-Man and his amazing friends is by and large a fun trip down memory lane. The short-lived show is a continuation of the web-slinger's campy adventures, this time featuring Iceman, and Firestar, a brand new character. Firestar was smoking hot. I don't know when the last time you saw this cartoon was, but that show should not have been allowed on Saturday morning cartoons. That should have been like late night Cinemax. That character, very nice. The three lived together in an apartment. At least, the three of them lived together. One of them was nothing to worry about, as it turns out, for Firestar. Nothing to worry about from Iceman. And Spider-Man, I think, was preoccupied with taking care of his 80-year-old aunt. Not great-aunt, aunt. As he's 20 years old, why does he have an 80-year... All right, listen, that's Steve Ditko's thing. I think Steve Ditko caused that visual crisis there. All right, so they're saving the city from monsters and evildoers, and hooray, it's very nostalgic. But there are problems with this show that can't be overlooked. No, we won't let you overlook them. And Disney Plus is aware of this, and they attached a disclaimer before the third episode, Sunfire, warning viewers about racially insensitive content. And in fact, no, they didn't. I mean, this is the whole thing. I went right. I looked for this disclaimer. I could not find it. The disclaimer states garbage tier states the episode contains negative depictions of people and cultures. We mustn't do that. We mustn't ever depict any person from a different culture negatively. That would go against our main objective, which is globalization. Disney Plus chooses to acknowledge the problematic and racist portrayals in Sunfire instead of removing the episode from the streaming service entirely, unlike what happened to what is this? Quest from the Red Skull, a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends episode that featured, oh no, what is this? No. We mustn't even look at anything like that, even in a historical context. And we must remove them entirely. We can only call people those on Twitter. Disney appears to want to learn from past mistakes, hoping to, quote, spark conversation to create a more inclusive future. All just SJW nonsense. Just Just SJW speak that means nothing. The message goes on to explain how committed to diversity Disney is. We're committed to having people other than white males around. We're committed to that. It's going to take work. It's going to take work to not have only white males around, but we're committed to it. Good for you, Disney. Good for you. And it ends with a link to its Stories That Matter initiative. All right, let's click on this here. I got to see. Do stories truly matter? The screen's white. It's triggering me. Oh, much better. Much, much better. Stories matter. Look at these happy women of color, content in the knowledge that Disney will never depict anyone who looks anything like them in a negative way. Stories shape how we see ourselves and everyone around us. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Spider-Man and his amazing friends was going to grant me my self-esteem. And maybe it was denying other people their self-esteem. I had no idea, Disney Plus. I'm glad you're doing this. So as storytellers, we have the power and responsibility to not only uplift and inspire, but also consciously, purposefully, and relentlessly remind people of the color of their skin and give them value, give them self-esteem based on where they're from and their ethnicity and their gender. All right, that's good. Because happily ever after doesn't just happen. It takes effort. Effort we are making. The hell is this guy doing to this cow? What is this sadist doing to this? I'll do it faster and give me my steak. All right. As part of our ongoing commitment to diversity and inclusion, we are in the process of renewing. I want to be committed to diversity and inclusion. We are in the process of reviewing our library and adding advisories to content. Oh, this is so important. That includes negative depictions or mistreatment of people or cultures. Rather than removing this content, we see an opportunity to spark conversation and open dialogue on history that affects us all. Where is the Red Skull cartoon? Can I ask you that? That might have sparked conversation. You just got rid of that. That depiction of actual true blue, who were bad guys. They're actually villains. They're. No, okay, we don't want to talk about that. Okay, we also want to acknowledge that some communities have been erased. Yeah, Pompeii. Pompeii. What other communities were erased besides that? Or forgotten altogether, and we're committed to giving voice to their stories as well. Well, we can't change the past, but we can acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward together to create a tomorrow that today can only dream of. This sounds insane. You sound insane, Disney. Here we have a nice, happy Asian child, content in the fact that she did not have to witness the Sunfire episode of Spider-Man and his amazingly bigoted friends, and therefore her self-esteem is intact, just the way Papa Disney intended. To that end, we brought together a group of experts from outside our company. All right, so here it is. Here is the Walt Disney Company advisory. It says, on Disney Plus, the following advisory will or won't, because it didn't, appear before identified titles. So they're going to identify titles that are racist. This program includes negative depictions or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then, and they're wrong now. Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together. Disney's committed to creating stories with inspirational and aspirational themes that reflect the rich diversity of human experience around the globe. To learn more about stories, how stories have impacted society, please visit, I don't know what, here we have a website that people can go visit, and learn about turning storytelling into propaganda, which is what they're asking you to do here. So these are some of the these are some of the Disney things that are going to be warned. They're racist now. Aristocats is racist because of the we are Chinese or Siamese, if you please. Remember the Siamese cats here? Racist. Dumbo, they had crows here that I think were meant to be African Americans. We got Peter Pan making fun of the Native Americans. We can't do that these days, not anymore. Swiss Family Robinson, what are they making fun of in this Let me see. Yellow face, brown face. All right, very good. So all of these things that you remember from Disney are gone. Well, they're not gone. They're going to still be there, but they're going to warn you that you might be triggered. When you watch these things, you might be triggered by them. Okay, so just fair warning to you from Disney. And back to CBR here. So I don't know. I watched this cartoon completely ready to enjoy a fun adventure with one of the lesser-known X-Men. And instead I got a heaping helping full of bigotry and full of hatred and awful depictions of Japanese people. And also Peter Parker's terrible behavior. Look at this monster that Japanese people created. This monster that just towers over the buildings, and look how happy he is to do so. Yeah, I mean that's not a good depiction of the Japanese. So this is great. In what is undoubtedly the most baffling scene of all, the end of the episode features Firestar overhearing Iceman and Spider-Man discussing ways to cheer her up. Yeah, Firestar's very sad and lonely at the end of this cartoon because, well, our boyfriend Sunfire has to go back to Japan, doesn't he? So they go, how can we make her feel better about her Japanese boyfriend being gone? And they go, maybe we'll take her to a Japanese movie. Maybe if we go see Godzilla, and which is a lot of Japanese people screaming in pain and horror, that'll cheer her up. And then we'll take her to a Japanese restaurant. What do you think of that? And they're mulling this over. They're like, is it really worth the sacrifice? Do we really want Japanese food? So they're thinking about it, right? And then all of a sudden, in comes Firestar in her normal identity. What's her name again? Who knows? I can't remember. And she goes, okay, guys, that's a great idea. And she gives them chopsticks. And they look at the chopsticks. They regard them with absolute horror. And then in comes Aunt May with she's got like a tray of food, but it's covered, right? And they're like, oh no, we're going to have to eat sashimi. And then they take off the lid and it's a pizza, guys. It's a pizza. And then Spider-Man and Peter Parker and Bobby Drake throw their sticks to the dog with ponytails, who chews them up viciously, and they laugh, knowing that we're Americans. We don't have to. And I just told you, I just described the plot of a cartoon for you. That's what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. I want you to know that this is crazy. The idea of turning art and story into propaganda is a terrible idea that never goes well. This is what we're fighting against here. I don't believe that anybody has any responsibility to depict any one person in any kind of way. Just because of their skin color. I think stories are what is important. And you should make characters that are believable, that are honest and true. And then let the story decide who they are, what they do, and what they're about. Not some horrible, awful diversity quota initiative. Waste of time and creative energy. But that is where Disney is right now. Where are we? We're right here. Comicsgate. That's the movement that I champion, in which anyone's allowed to make comics on their own terms. My book is called Cyberfrog. I'd love it if you check it out. The links are in the description below. I'm going to put an ad at the end of this video. And if you would do me a favor and actually help me fight the algorithm that YouTube has put me up against by subscribing, ringing the bell for notifications, and liking this video, sharing this video. But join this family. Subscribe to this channel. I'll see you again later with another video, everyone. Bonsai. Hey Indiegogo backers, it's Cyberfrog, warts and all. The complete collection of every Cyberfrog comic from the 1990s in one hardcover omnibus collection. More than 328 pages of frog fun gathered together for the first time ever for one low price. With plenty of amazing stretch goal bonuses to keep fans jumping. Back it today, only on Indiegogo. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053. And I'll probably open it up on a live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there.